Welcome to Triple H, Hamilton Happy Hour, where we talk about pianos, talk about music, and everything else in between. Hey everybody, welcome back to Hamilton Happy Hour Triple H. We've got a couple of really awesome guests with us today. First, of course, we got my cousin Mike. What's up, brother?
Hey, everybody.
And we have Ganesh from Dreamland, with us. And you flew in just the other day, right?
Yeah, I flew from Istanbul.
Okay, wow. Are you tired?
No,
Okay.
not that much.
Your arms aren't tired?
Yeah, no, yeah.
And we have Haena from Bitton Art. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here. You were on our podcast before.
Yep, because
so-
of Goons. He's
Yes.
the responsible party, bringing all of us together.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Oh,
Yeah, my fault.
So welcome, everybody.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that piece that you were playing earlier was complete improv. So
Yeah.
tell us more about that. Just coming up with a song on the fly like that.
Okay, so let me give you a little bit quick brief about how it started. So I'm a pianist and a painter based in Istanbul, but mostly I spend my time between US and Istanbul. So I started piano when I was like 4 years old. I born in 1980. I started the conservatory in 1986. So all my family members are artists. My father is a painter. My mom is from conservatory. She's a viola player. My brother is a violin player. He has 3 masters, 1 PhD degree. He's in UCSB. And I was in Istanbul Conservatory, and then right after I was also in Royal Academy in London as well. In 2019, so all my life long, I painted different kind of paintings, and also I was playing different kind of songs. Basically, my family is like a little bit different from each other. My mom loves Baroque music, and my dad is a classical time painter. I am a romantic time pianist. I love to play Chopin nocturnes, and my brother is a contemporary artist. So far, his last 2 compositions got the worldwide winning award last 2 years. Wow. But beside that, how I created the Shadows collection in 2019 during pandemic, I lost some family members, and I faced with different kind of sadnesses in my life. It was a tough time for me. And I came up with this idea that although we all seem to have colorful lives, we have different kind of backgrounds, we have different kind of sorrows, we hide different kind of emotions we don't like to talk about. So it's like the Jung's shadow and the self, the personas. And I said, okay, then these colorful human bodies that I created in my paintings, like the colorful bodies, they represent us in the society. And the shadows will gonna represent our real emotions, the hidden part, the dark side, the shadow side. And after a while, like the end of the first year, I came up with first paintings, and somehow, like word of mouth, it touched the people's soul. And in 2021, they invited me to an exhibition, and the very first day, I sold all my pieces.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And it was a very nice motivation for me to move on. Right before that, actually, I'm 46 years old, by the way. I worked in corporate companies such as IBM for approximately 20 years. I worked in different countries, more than 20 countries, during my corporate life. And in 2019, when I came up with this idea, I wanted to just work on this. I wanted to express my feelings, and I quit my corporate life, and I just started painting this first paintings of Shadows collection. And in 2021, as I mentioned, after I sold all the pieces and I touched people's soul, I really wanted to move on and try to touch other people's soul, and I wanted to extend it all around the world. And I started worldwide exhibitions. And so far, during the last 6 years of time, I opened more than 35 exhibitions all around the world, including London, Saatchi Gallery. The last 3 years, I have been coming to Miami Art Basel. I am in Scope Art Fair. And I have like 4 amazing galleries, and one is here, Haena is here, in United States, like in Miami, Laguna Beach, New York, Aspen. There is also one in Dubai, one in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So I just saw that although we are all coming from different cultures, different geographical places, backgrounds, there is one specific thing common for us, our emotions. So all of us has this girlfriends, boyfriends, husbands. We divorce, we continue, we lose somebody, we have some health issues. So everybody's struggling different kind of things. And the best thing is, for me at least, to face these kind of emotions, accept them, and move on by accepting these beauties of life. Because if I wouldn't face such kind of situation in my life, we wouldn't be sitting here and talking about this situation right now. So everything has their own beauty that we don't see at that specific time, which is coming later on. So the piece that I played for you actually has like 3 different parts. The first part of the song is, so it's like an improvised piece. I know where to start, but I don't know where to continue. So I start from an emotion, it's the trigger point, and right after I just move regarding my emotions. So the first part was about like living. So living with our shadows. So in my paintings, you're gonna see that shadows has some missing parts. So if a shadow doesn't have any missing part, it's the time that we don't face our emotions. And then the second part was like there was like a very strong end of the first piece. It was actually like facing the death or facing a loss, facing an emotional breakdown. And the second part starts with this emotional requiem, like a requiem. I call it requiem. Requiem for shadows. It's my requiem as a composer. So at that time, the first missing part, the first detachment from that shadow appears. And this is where the shadow collection actually really touched the people's soul, because in every single shadow, the reason that I called it the shadows collection, every single shadow has a missing part in that shadow, in that body. All those missing parts reflect a specific emotion in that person's heart, soul. And the third part was accepting these things. So I call it, the third part called acceptance. So when we accept everything, we can move on much easier. So I just leave myself to the flow of life, and it brought me here.
Awesome.
So this is basically what I feel, how I compose. So whatever I compose, I make a painting for it, or whatever I paint, I make a composition for it. Not at the beginning of my journey, but during the last 3 years, I wanted to act as a multidisciplinary painter and pianist. So I am trying to express my feelings with touching different kind of senses of the audience. By this way, you let people to feel that music much better by showing them your art. By this way, they can just collaborate between them. They can just see the painting, try to figure it out, try to find out a feeling, and then they match it with the song. So it got more strengthened, it's more strong, it's more bold, so they can feel it much better. That's why during the last 3 years, wherever I go, in all my exhibitions, my solo exhibitions, I'm trying to turn them into an experience instead of an exhibition. So this is my story so far.
Well, I felt goons through Instagram. Remember when we met online?
Yeah.
And, I said, who is this amazing artist who's playing the piano in these amazing nature scenes? And he really touched me online. Like I could feel his art, his music. And I'm so honored to have you as a part of my gallery. And I must say that having you perform at our first show at Bitton Art Gallery in Dania Point, doing our Art Basel kickoff, we had about 80 people for Broward, and it was a very intimate scene, and I actually cried when you performed, because your art has so much power. It touches people. Even though we all go through different things, your story was very unique, that you spoke about the things that happened to you, and even though he shared his story, I was still able to fill the blanks in my story. And so when he was playing, the piano, I was able to really touch the things that I had in me that I was able to feel, that were very different from your experience, but they were still emotions. So a lot of people who come to the gallery sees art, and everybody's immediately connected to it. And it's because when an artist paints from the heart, you can look at the art and you can feel it. And without even having the person there, you connect to it. It's a very spiritual feeling that transcends. And I think it's amazing that not too many artists are visual artists and have the talent to take from, one realm and bring it to another, and the combination of it all is so magical. And I'm happy to be here with Hamilton Piano Company because they are like a grandfather founded company. This place is a museum, and the inspiration that they bring to the gallery with their donated piano that is sitting there brings people in and connects people playing the piano. And amazing inspiration comes from bringing people together and through community. So I just want to say I'm very happy to have you here finally, because the first podcast we had was with Rosaria, one of my other artists. And now you're back from your vacation, and we can, have you here with us and perform live this Wednesday in the gallery. And we have many people excited to see you perform and hear your story.
Well, it's kind of like too, if you think about it, a movie is not a movie without the music that's in it. So it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
When you see something visually, it's one thing, but then when you hear something, then you combine the two senses together, then it's wow, boom, the fireworks go off. But if you watched a movie, there was no music in it, the movie's going to be a completely different movie.
There was actually one movie that had no sound in it that was incredible in itself, because silence plays a big key in expression as well. And so, so there's different forms, and many artists get to pull from different things. And so a piano is a beautiful place to pull from. And that's why our project, Keys of Hope, thanks to your amazing donation with our artists that were painting on it, is going to bring philanthropic fundraising to raise money for, we're not sure yet what not-for-profit, but for an amazing cause. And I think that philanthropy in the arts is a beautiful thing. I think that art has a power to heal everybody. And it's a beautiful thing to use. Everything that an artist does comes from somewhere. So we're all very different, and we all have to be able to use our talents. And as long as we look deep inside of who we are, and we are very brave to be individual people and to talk about what we can bring to the table in this life. I think every individual has a gift, and every individual shines when they are brave enough to bring that gift alive, no matter what it is, whether it's through, painting or cooking or any creative means, or speaking or writing or photography, sculptures. I mean, like when you're set to create, it's a higher source. You're connecting to a higher power. And I think music helps us elevate to feel and to connect on a much deeper level. I always was very fond of music, and I have a lot of talented family members that can sing. I say, do not pass the mic unless it's a podcast.
Yeah, you don't want me singing, trust me. No, I got good ears, but not a good voice.
Me too, by the way.
So you come from a very talented family then?
Yeah. So me and my brother, we have absolute ear. So even though like he's in States, we don't see each other like for 8 months, 1 year. Whenever we are together, we start playing together, just improvisation. It perfectly fits. Mm-hmm. I wanted to add something to Haena's, like what she said, like, all the time, like, people are asking me, how comes you became like, I don't want to call myself successful, but somehow my path was so nice during the last 7 years. So I am just telling people, like, what I basically do is all my life long, when I was angry, when I was happy, I just sat in front of the piano. I started to play piano. Either I'm happy or not. I just try to take out my emotions. I just try to show it with the piano. I wanted to talk with the piano. Piano was my speech, the way of my speech. How I am calling it, like in my exhibitions, I'm just telling people, I have the painting. There are like non-binary human figures without any details. There is just shadow and color. And with the composition itself, I'm playing a song, and I'm telling people, okay, these are the shadows, and the empty places are the spaces for you to feel it with your own emotions, with your own past. And I'm gonna play a soundtrack for your life story. And you're gonna feel that spaces by hearing that song. feeling that song and feeling that painting. And whenever you feel that empty space, if you can, then that painting is no more mine. I am the creator, but you finalize the painting. So if I find a way to engage with the audience, and if there is the possibility they engage with the painting to feel that empty space with their emotions, then that's a successful
Which
story.
is what you made me do.
Yes.
So yeah, you were able
So
to accomplish that.
That's why, thank you very much. People are just sometimes like they're having fun of me. They are telling me in your exhibitions, or also I created an event called Conceptual Dining like 4 or 5 years ago. I work with the chefs. I'm telling them the stories of the collection. I am bringing my paintings. I am playing piano for them, and I let them to feel whatever they feel. And I'm asking them, okay, if this would be a dish, a course, what would you
would it be?
cook? What
Yeah.
would it be? And then we collaborate together. And I had like more than 10 so far, all around the world. These are all about multisensory experiences. So when you touch people's soul from different sides, from different, senses, they feel it much better. And most of the times they get emotional because we all have some stories. It doesn't need to be a bad story. It might be like your childhood love, or it can be something else. You might even remember where you born, a little street, a little house, a little kitchen that you ate your breakfast with your family. It can be anything. And then I feel that people are getting sad with like some wet eyes, and they're hugging me. Even in the gallery that we had this amazing organization that you were also our sponsor, and I'm so much grateful for this opportunity. Seriously, there were like other artists, other people from different places in US as well. They were hugging me, and I really feel it. And I believe it is an amazing experience for an artist to hug from someone just by feeling your story, feeling your emotions by looking at your painting or listening your music, or both of them. And this is my biggest motivation so far.
Well, it's probably triggering an emotion or a memory
Yeah.
from maybe childhood.
Yeah.
And that's what, it's like, you smell something and it triggers a memory like that.
It takes you to somewhere else.
Right, right. I mean, instantly, so that's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
And it's an emotion that they've had for a very long time, and it's been deep down inside, and you just brought it out of them.
Yeah. Let me tell you one more thing. So I like to speak, by the way. You can stop me anytime.
That's fine, because I've been told I talk too much, so
Okay,
go
cool.
ahead.
He talks way too much.
So, for
Keep
example,
talking.
okay, yeah. I was always asking some other artists. I am more curious in how they work. Even you are an artist as well, so you make amazing pianos here.
You
So
saw my brick wall out there, right?
Yeah.
so I was
It
asking.
needs a little shadow.
Yeah, why not? I was asking people like during your work of art, whatever it is, do you listen music? Which kind of music do you listen? Because I really want to understand which kind of feelings, which kind of music triggers them to make that amazing artworks, whatever it is. And time to time, they were telling me, Güneş, do you know what? We don't listen music. And I was really feeling so surprised because I always listened music. And whenever I was like painting a specific one, I was repeating that music maybe 100 times because I didn't want to change the specific feeling. If I catch a feeling from, I don't know, like Nocturne or some other song, I want to just repeat it to strengthen that emotion more and more and more, and because it takes time to make these paintings. And at one point, I told myself, okay, then I'm gonna play for myself whatever I feel, and then I'm gonna listen what I play, and I will continue to paint. By this way, it's created something else. And during this 7 years of time, seriously, I can easily tell you this, in most of the countries that I opened the exhibitions, I guess somehow I also triggered some other artists to find their own way by listening different musics, or if they have the ability to play any instruments, they start to play those instruments. And I love to see these things,
It's important to listen to something when you paint that is going to inspire you. When I paint, for instance, I like to listen to like chill music. I can't have words.
Yeah.
I like to just have like sounds so that I can focus on what I need to do. And I don't listen to the same song over and over again, because I have a thing. I can't listen to the same thing over and over again. It will drive me nuts. So I try to stay to the same genre, but very like nice, relaxing, calm vibes. I think it's important to have sounds and also scents. They inspire us. Our environments inspire us. The people that we surround ourselves with inspire us. And so I'm surprised that you met artists that said that they didn't listen to music when they paint.
Yeah, I was so surprised as well. But
Wow.
it happens. I mean, like,
Yeah. Maybe they just like no sound, like the movie that had no voices.
They're trying. They had a budget.
that's not me.
We're like, no sound. We only have $1 million to make this thing.
For sound.
But yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's like we had a customer, which he bought a piano from us, and he walked into the room, and the way he saw a piano, every time he walked into a room with a piano, that was a friend that he hasn't met yet. So it was just, as far as a piano to be your friend that you haven't met, it's kind of, pretty inspiring.
At our early conversation, I was just mentioning you that it's also about the instrument as well. So I had like at least like 4 or 5 different pianos in my life, and I was always willing to find the right one. But when you have a limited budget, it's not that easy. You can find an amazing Steinway, but if you can't afford it, then it's not possible. But I really wanted to find the right piano for myself, because I always knew that I want to play more. I want to play on it, I just want to spend some time. It doesn't need to be a specific song. It doesn't need to be a proper song. Whenever I find a nice piano, I can just push just one key and enjoy that nice sound coming from one specific key. And when it was in Kosovo, I had an exhibition there. My brother prepared a 3-wall installation for me. And also we got an award, worldwide award, winning award with the 3-wall installation as well. His composition, the contemporary composition, got the award for that event as well. So at that time I was playing Yamaha GC1. I was surprised with the sound I got, and budget-wise, it fit me. And I was like, okay, as soon as I go back to Istanbul, I'm gonna buy one, and I want to spend some more time. And I went back, I bought the piano, I replaced with my old one, and I started playing and, just spending some time on it. And I just realized I was like playing maybe half an hour or at least like 1 hour a day before. And after I got this Yamaha, I just saw myself like spending at least 3 hours with the piano. And it also affected the way I paint, because as much as you spend some time in front of a piano, it takes you to a dreamland. That's why my Instagram account is called Güneş Dreamland. So I was able to dream. I was just closing my eyes and just going from some places to another.
You make everybody else dream. Every time he plays, I feel like
Right.
I'm in a cloud and
I
I'm
agree.
like floating.
So the instrument itself is so
Yeah.
important for this as well. I mean,
So what came first, the paintbrush or the piano? When you
So
were a
I
kid?
started playing when I was 4 with my my
So the
mother.
piano.
With piano. At 6, I started painting with my father, but piano was the professional side. And during the years, I painted, like I had like different kind of, I used different kind of paints. I tried to express my feelings, and I like to play different kind of paints. It also amazes me because there is also an amazing and unlimited place there. You can just try anything, The only thing limits you is your dreams, your brain, I mean, like. And as I told you, like early on, when I came up with this idea to work on the shadows, I realized that there are different kind of collections, painting collections created during the time, which used shadows, but so far I didn't find a specific painting collection which put a meaning on a collection itself. So after I realized that, I got the patent and trademark of shadows collection all around the world. So that's another thing. So in the Shadows collection, every single painting is one of a kind. I do not reproduce any painting.
Oh wow.
Because, okay, let me tell you something else.
Look at
Then
the painting here.
yeah,
Can
yeah,
they
it-
see it?
it's
Can
gonna
they
be-
see this? You
no,
can talk.
but we're gonna do a video.
Oh,
of it,
okay.
you know,
So
Yeah.
put it on.
this
The
is
one
this is gonna
behind
be
us.
interesting for you. I believe you're gonna like this. So what I basically do, I started in 2019, as I told you, with sadness. And right after, I realized that I changed my life. Like 20 years of corporate background stopped. This new chapter began. And that was the beginning. And then during the last 3 years, 4 years, I worked on my emotions and I told myself, okay, this is my journey. Then what I want to do is create collections under Shadow Collection, like the series, regarding checking myself, my inner side, and create all these new exhibitions regarding my feelings. I'm gonna give you a quick example. Like 3 years ago, I was more into, ikigai, the Japanese ikigai philosophy. So it's about,
God bless you.
yeah. So it's so nice. So if you find a job that you love, and if you have the talent, and if there is a possibility for you to touch people's soul and earn money, then you fly. So this is the basic mentality. So at that time, I was more into living yourself to the flow of life, because I realized whatever you plan, the life takes you, if you live yourself, to somewhere you never imagine, and it takes you to a much better place than your imagination. That's why I created an exhibition called Dreamlands, which is my Instagram name, and all the backgrounds of the paintings has a fluid backgrounds. And afterwards, I was more focused in the existence of human beings, and I created a collection called Existence of 15 black and white paintings, very minimalist. And it was all about my questions about our existence as human beings. And right after, I thought about my relationships, because I had all my life long, I had like long relationships. My shortest relationship was like 4 years. I got married, divorced, I had relationships for 4 years, 8 years. So I came up with this idea of emotions. I created very smaller pieces of 20 pieces, just focus on human relations. And right after, for example, the end of last year during the Scope Art Show, I came up with this idea, and it was right after the Scope, I opened my, so far, the biggest exhibition with like approximately 50 pieces in Istanbul. It was like a journey of how Shadows collection changed during the time. I called it the Requiem for Shadows, and one of the piece that I played for you, the beginning, I called it Requiem. It was my Requiem, actually.
Very nice.
So the Requiem for Shadows was focusing on 4 pieces. The first one about living our life, how we live without thinking it's gonna end. The second one was about a loss or a change in your life, or a heartbreak. And the third one was acceptance, the acceptance process of our life. And the fourth one was about the awareness, so how we wanna live. So there is an expression called like, you live twice. The first life starts when you're born. The second one starts when you understand you don't have the second one. So every single exhibition, I am trying to come up with a new idea. And nowadays, I'm gonna come with the new series to the Scope Art Show and to Contemporary Istanbul as well, called Dimensions. At this time, I just merge all these emotions together in one specific painting. So every single painting is coming with different emotions. There will be shadows that we don't see, we hide. There will be shadows walking in front of us. There will be shadows facing with us, just standing right in front of us, the things that we accept, and there will be shadows walking right next to us. So, and I love to play with these things because it's all about my feelings, and I'm so much into discovering myself, because we have just one life, and I believe discovering yourself is one of the very unique thing and the biggest investment that you can do for yourself, because when you understand how you proceed, how you live your life, how you feel, what are the main reasons you get angry. Why are you angry? I mean, like, if you can solve these kind of minor details, I believe it makes you live a much healthier life and much happier life. So,
You get angry if your piano doesn't work.
of course,
This key won't work.
it makes me sad.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
You were talking earlier about that you can't buy a piano outside of Istanbul.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So regarding to our law, the regulations, you are not, as a Turkish citizen, you are not allowed to bring a piano from outside of Turkey. So it needs to be, so you can just buy the pianos from Turkey. You cannot buy any piano. My family is living in States for so long. I mean, like, I first came to United States in 1997 when I was 17 years old. My uncle, who was the ex-VP of Johnson & Johnson company in the United States, passed away like a couple of years ago. And I had another sad story there, but forget it. It's some other time's story. So after right before he passed away, he had two pianos at his home. He left one to me. It is I told you, I don't know how to call it, this self-playing piano.
The disc clavier.
Disc clavier. Yeah, Yamaha disc clavier. So it's an amazing piano. I really would like to bring it, but I really made like many search, talked to many people, but there is no way. That's why I bought my brand new Yamaha.
Can you not ship it to another country and then bring it in?
No.
That
Whatever. I searched everything. I did everything. I
No, I'm
even
just
talked
curious.
to. Yeah,
I mean,
I
because-
I even talked to Yamaha itself in Istanbul. I asked their support, but it's regulatory, like not allowed. So the only way to get it, if my uncle would write an official letter that he left the piano to me.
Through the will.
Yes.
So if it was in the will,
it would
then
be
you could take it.
one possibility. Still not certain, but we don't have such kind of official document. So my feeling is to just at one point maybe move, or last 50% living here and 50% in Istanbul. That's why I am in a process for O1 visa. So if I can make it, my plan is to bring the piano to there, or otherwise we have a house in Santa Barbara. My brother is living there. I'm going to take that piano to there. So it has its own story and the sound is amazing.
Well, it's got sentimental value.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes,
So now
exactly.
You incorporate that into the piano when you're playing it, and you're going to remember your uncle. And
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Gonna remember,
So is
stories.
it a floppy disk or is it a CD-ROM?
I believe floppy disk, but still, even though it's like more than 20 years old, I don't know. I know that it has this network cables that you can connect. So
Or it can be upgraded.
yeah.
So he
most
never
probably.
played. So he had a self-playing piano because he
No.
didn't know how to play?
My cousins were also playing. So I lost my cousin in an accident. That's why nobody touched that piano. And he wanted to give it to me as a gift that I am able to play. And maybe he wanted that piano to be played, you know?
Yeah.
Pianos want to be played.
Yeah.
That's why they were built.
Yes.
They're not a
And
piece
it is
of
said
furniture.
that it's just staying there, I mean.
Right. Yeah, it's just the way that they were made. I mean, I consider a piano to be kind of like a person. They can be temperamental.
Yeah.
They can act up. But they shut up. But they breathe
We
too.
still
in the
love you,
sense,
though.
Yeah. They have lungs, which is the soundboard, and the heart, which is the pin block that holds the tension. But they have something where they don't literally breathe, but they're 80% made of wood, so
Yeah.
they fluctuate.
I love what you said earlier when we were here walking this amazing establishment, that pianos have to break in. So, their sounds change as people play them. And so humans do change too, like when we go through life, it makes us who we are. We create what we create because of the things we go through in life. So a piano is like a living, literally like a human being.
Exactly.
And, it's amazing that, as humans, we can converge, like literally touching another piece, and we literally change that inanimate object, and we literally make it a different being. So I think that keeps us, that should keep us in mind when we're whatever instrument we're playing, that everything in this universe, even though it's, you know, like it's wood, like, but it's a living thing. And so as a painting too, it's a flat surface, it's a canvas, there's paint on it, but you can actually feel it as well, because you can feel the emotion of the person who, you know, put those strokes on the
Created it.
canvas. Yeah.
So I totally agree. Even though we have like two professions, this is not my pillar. I have no I don't know, like background or know-how to talk about it, but just emotional wise, for example, most of the time my friends are calling me. So as I told, like I'm 46 and my friends has their kids, and most of the time they are calling me, they're asking me like, we want to buy a new piano or a second-hand piano for my kid. Can you just come up and just see how...
There's a bunch right here.
Yeah. So I always
The
feel
only
like...
problem is you
Yeah.
can't ship it to Istanbul.
Yeah, but for US,
Oh, I thought this was the ones in Santa Barbara.
yeah, I gave my promise to him. My first piano is gonna be from you. You know? So every time they're asking me this, I'm telling them like, as you said, Haena, this is like meeting with a new person. So in a relationship, the way your partner behaves you is coming from their background, how other people behave them. So piano, it's same. Whenever I just sit right in front of a piano and start playing it, I can understand how they behaved at piano before. Either they played it very strong, or they didn't play it and it just got, you know,
Didn't play it enough.
rusty.
Yeah.
So you feel exactly that emotion, the previous owners, how they played, how they behaved the piano. But
How they
here,
treated it.
how they treated it. So the thing that I don't know is your expertise. You change everything and you create a new person. So you are like psychologist.
Well, if you think about it this way, a piano has a voice. There's actually a technique called voicing. It's the
Yeah.
hammer that hits the string. The harder the hammer, the brighter the tone. Softer the hammer, the mellower the tone. Okay, and as technicians, we can change the voice. The pianist is what makes it talk, you know, with that voice. It's what, not words,
Yeah.
but it is a kind of a language.
All in
You know, it's a
sound.
musical language that comes out of the piano from the voicing that the technician does to how the pianist plays the piano. We were talking about it earlier, where you and I are very similar this way. We don't play the same thing on two different pianos because
Yeah.
of the feedback we get back from the piano.
Exactly.
It comes down to the touch and tone of that piano is why we would play something a little bit different. And that's true. So, a piano has a voice. It's the pianist that makes it talk, or sing, or however you want to say
So
it.
do you see color when you play?
Not me, my brother, yes.
Good question.
My brother, and that's an illness. There is a professional
Yes.
word for it. I don't remember,
see
but
colors.
yeah, my brother is like
He
that. My
sees
brother
colors.
sees all the colors, everything. Not me. I am imagining. So whatever I play, there is a scene in front of my eyes. So it's like a
It's like
whatever.
a movie
Yeah,
that you're
that's why,
watching
for
as you
example,
play.
time to time in my exhibitions or the events, I'm telling people like, you tell me what you feel. Let me play what I feel from your story. So
Well, colors have emotions, and people that can't, I think the people that can't hear, they see color, but they can have, there's vibration. Every color has a vibration. So it's a feeling. Colors have feelings, real feelings.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
for example, not from color side, but from another side. For example, time to time, they are telling me like, whenever I have this conceptual dining event or an event that I storytell the paintings, instead of acoustic pianos, the electronic pianos are much cheaper to rent. And time to time, people are asking, can I rent this piano for you during your... And I'm like, there is no way, because even though the song is not like a crazy song that I compose, the piano itself, if, as you said, if the piano has a nice sound, it's gonna vibrate into people's soul.
Correct.
They will feel it.
Yep.
With a digital piano, there is no way to feel that vibration. There is no vibration, no feeling. I'm so sorry. I had like 2 digital piano, but unfortunately, there is no way to compete with an acoustic one. I mean,
Yeah.
like, I love to feel that
we have-
wooden
we
case,
have-
the vibrations, the tone, the everything,
You can't express on a digital piano that you can in an acoustic piano. You just can't get the expression.
Nothing.
It's impossible.
Nothing. There is no feeling at all. It's like a printed painting compared
in
with an
China
oil
or made
painting.
in
It's same.
America.
same.
Oh.
That's very cool that you don't paint the same thing twice.
Yeah, because I mean, like, there is no way for me to do that. I'm not judging anyone. This is me. I love to feel what I am in that mood, that specific day, how I change, and I like to express my changing, the new me. You know, I want to put it because, like, there are millions of people all around the world coming with different emotions, and by creating a new painting with a new emotion, let me to touch a new person's feelings. Because, for example, there are paintings that I painted like 3-4 years ago, just hanging on my wall, didn't touch somebody. But 3 years later, somebody is just giving me a call and telling me, Güneş, do you know what? I really fell in love with this painting that I did like 3 years ago. And that time I feel like, okay, emotions doesn't have the times, paintings and songs doesn't have the timeline. So even though you create today, maybe it's gonna touch somebody's soul 3 years later, maybe 5 years later, maybe 100 years later. I don't know.
And what's amazing is that he paints, okay, so there's so many stories to tell, and he paints so many different stories and so many different colors, but his signature is very recognizable. It's very important to be an artist that people can easily recognize your work for branding reasons. So when people see a Goons, they know it's a Goons. So for artists, it's an important thing to be individual. Ganesh.
Thank you.
Goons Dreamland.
No
baby.
problem. Güneş,
It was his
it's
fault,
totally.
but I
I'm not
You know what
Turkish.
Güneş means? It's sun.
Oh, really?
Sun.
Yes, it's sun.
Ganesh.
That's why most
The
of the people
sun.
are calling like sunny.
Here comes the sun. Da, 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 da. So he paints the same, like, but different. So every time he paints, people know, they recognize his style, his signature. That's his look. And so
It's a fingerprint.
it's a fingerprint, right? Literally, people do enjoy seeing the way that the humans are very abstract, and it's just some paint glub
Yeah.
on a canvas. So it's easy to, you connect to it. It's not when you're like, you were looking at a portrait of somebody, and it's funny because people come to the gallery and they go, I really like this painting. I really want to buy it. But the wife says, it's not a portrait of me. You ain't getting it. It's not a portrait of me. We're not buying it. So with art, it's a lot easier. And as an art dealer and an artist, I say this, for artists to make art that people can relate to. And when it comes to music, we have sound, and we can relate to sound a lot easier if it doesn't have words. And in art, it's the same way, because the minute you assign words into a melody, so now if you're not okay with the words, you might not connect to the melody. So what I like about his art is that it has its own melody. Every piece you can really, like he said, you connect to it on a deeper level. You can feel yourself in it.
Thank you.
Each piece, you should copy the piano to that piece and sell it with it.
He actually has music that goes along with the particular artworks on Spotify.
So what I am planning to do, like, this is, so far I have been working on it like approximately, it's gonna be like a year at September, with the biggest publisher in Istanbul. I'm planning to publish a coffee table book, approximately like 250-300 pages.
Oh, wow.
In that book, there will be every single painting I painted so far during 7 years.
Oh.
The stories behind it. And there is gonna be the QR code that you're gonna scan with your cam, take you to Spotify, listen the song that I composed for that
For
piece.
that one
So
piece.
that's not gonna be just a book. So it's gonna be experience as well. So
wow.
you just go between the pages, see the paintings. Some of the QRs gonna take you to some videos of the exhibitions. Some
And
of them
guys
gonna
will
take you
get
to
a signed book.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna send one for you, of course.
You're
I'm.
supposed to give us an autograph. And you said you were going to
We'll
give
see
us
each
a
other
painting,
again.
too.
Like,
We're doing it. You're going to give us a painting. You said you're going to.
yeah. I'm because to be honest, first of all, I'm like, we have been talking for a while, but I really want to thank you, because it's so important as an artist coming from another country, being here in Miami. First of all, I want to thank Haena because she gave the opportunity to create this amazing event in her amazing gallery, amazing place. She had this huge billboard welcoming me. It was so emotional. And then I was just telling her, like, I really would like to have an amazing kind of like experience, like different kind of experience. I didn't want it to be a regular exhibition, and she was so helpful and touchy, and she just found you, and I'm so much happy that
It took
you.
me 2 days, nonstop calling.
Yeah,
I need a piano.
and still 2 days is
Nah.
quite good. I
She
mean,
had to
like,
deal with some of our
Not
competitors.
a Yamaha.
Yeah.
Not a Yamaha.
and you were our sponsor, and you brought an amazing piano. Seriously, as soon as I started playing, I loved the sound. It was
And the piano that we have now in the gallery. Oh, by the way, the red one sold. The one you played on.
Really?
It sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
nice.
Hold it.
And now we have a new one.
We switched it out. Wait till you see that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
There's
She
not another one that
she
looks
sent
like
me
that.
the photo. It seems amazing.
Yeah, it's
So first of
gorgeous.
all, I really want to thank all of you.
And their pianos
for-
are one of a kind too, you know.
Yes, I saw.
Yes.
I took the videos. I'm gonna show
How
it
incredible.
to my followers as well.
Wow.
So today, when I came here, to be honest, because when you become our sponsor for the event in December, I made a quick search about the company. But today, you gave me an amazing speech. I mean, like, a family-owned business for 3 generations, and this much huge and this much professional. And I mean, like, the thing that I saw today, the experience, it really touched my soul. I was happy that you were my sponsor, but today it came to another level. I mean, I feel privileged.
There's
Seriously,
dedication
yeah.
here, and people
mean-
don't understand how long it takes for something like this to come
Yeah,
about.
it's
It
amazing.
doesn't happen overnight.
And that's why
I wish it did.
I told you,
It took a while.
after listening your story, like, you are coming as a 3rd generation family-owned business, and this is a very unique business because I love pianos, and I've been to different piano companies before in United States and other countries. To be honest, this place and these things that I saw today is unique. That's why I'm feeling so much privileged, and it touched my soul. That's why I told you, as soon as I go back, I really want to create something unique. I have an amazing idea. I don't want to say this here unless I finish the painting. I'm not giving any cue, but it's gonna be about a piano, and it's gonna be about you, like a 3rd generation.
Awesome.
It's gonna be like a personalized painting. I really would like to do something for here to express my feelings, and for yours as well.
So I know how we can get a piano to you in Istanbul.
Yeah.
All right, send us the painting in a crate. All right, a big crate.
Okay.
A really big crate, and we'll return it with the
You-
piano.
I didn't like it. I'm going back. I'm sending it back.
No, we didn't like it. We're returning it.
Please resend it to the sender.
There you go. You get your piano. We get.
Yeah,
your,
we
get
have the
your
deal.
painting.
Why not?
All right.
You know, it was funny too what you were talking about before with, you know, when you paint with no words, you know, it's just music, and when you play with no words, I think that's the perfect thing to do, because the person that's listening can make up the words in their own.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
for the music. So everybody, because if you were to put lyrics to a song, that's said and done. That's what it is. These are the lyrics. You know, hey Jude. You know, you just know that.
Exactly.
When you don't put the words to it, now you could have 100 different people having 100 different lyrics.
I think in art
to
it's
that.
very important more than music.
By the way, there's a weird thing about myself. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I cannot recognize the words in a song. I just hear the song. Even though there are like many words, somebody singing, I never ever able to repeat a song, or, you know.
So if we go,
let's
if
do
we
it
give you,
more.
let's give him a melody and see if he can pick it up. Ready? Let's think of a melody of any song and just like Haena it and see if he can pick it up.
I'm never able to remember the words for sure.
Well, we need some Turkish music up in this house. Is like, are there any famous like Turkish like pianists or?
Yes, of course,
Yes,
Fazıl
right
Say.
here.
No,
Yeah,
other than this
No,
guy.
Fazıl Say. We have amazing pianists actually,
Yeah.
and couple of them are like worldwide famous. They've been to all.
Who do you
the-
like? Who's your favorite?
To be honest, I mean, like, it would be very shame not to say his name, I'm like the Fazıl Say is a worldwide known pianist, a composer. I'm gonna send you his
Yes,
compositions.
I would love to listen.
He has also the covers of the known songs as well, and they are worldwide approved. Amazing songs. I'm gonna play right after
Yes,
our
we need to put that
podcast.
in the podcast.
There's a
little
Turkish
bit of a
march.
Turkish,
I would like.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My buddy's actually in on a cruise right now, and he's in Turkey.
Yeah.
So he,
Oh,
he-
like
yeah, he
literally
video
right
ch-
now?
He video chatted me yesterday. He's like, "This is my view." I'm like, "Dude, that's so cool."
Oh my God! Talk about like
Yeah,
you know,
full circle.
Yeah.
cool, like
Yep.
yeah.
So how long you in the States for?
So I am here for like 3 days because tomorrow my day is off, and the next day we have the exhibition with Haena in Bitton Art Gallery, and right after the next morning, very early, I have the flight to LA. I will have a solo exhibition in the gallery I work in Laguna Beach for 3 days, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And right after, my brother has this PhD graduation.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna spend like 1 week with my family. My family is there, and I will need to go back to Istanbul. I will need to work because there is this occasion, the biggest contemporary art fair in Turkey called Contemporary Istanbul. Most of the galleries are coming from worldwide, and my representative is also my gallery from Sao Paulo, the Brazilian gallery.
We
So I
could
will
ship
need
a
to work on
piano
it.
there for that.
If you want. But we're gonna have a problem
I
again.
mean, whether it comes back or not.
Is this your piano?
No, I'm just saying that's a way to get it there.
Right.
It didn't come back.
Also, I am very excited. I would be staying here more, but one of the reasons that I'm going back is I am so much excited. I am opening my own shop in Istanbul, and in the very best places, like right next to the Bosphorus. I am opening an experience center of Shadows collection. There will be the newest pieces. That
Now I know why I never went to Turkey. I was supposed to be in Turkey and I didn't go. Now I have to.
Now
go.
you can come.
Now I need to
Now
go.
you can come. Yeah.
Are you gonna have it set up where like people walking by can see you painting?
No. It's not my studio, but it's right next to my studio.
Okay.
It's an amazing shop that you can just see all the paintings, and I'm planning to like rent a piano once a month
And perform
on
there.
Sunday mornings,
And do a performance.
and I will let people to play as well. Because every instrument needs to be free to whoever likes to play because they have different kind of emotions hidden in them. The only thing, as you
They
said,
need to
like
let it
somebody
out.
needs to let them talk.
They come to the
So-
gallery. They do it all the time. They just hop on the piano and start
Yeah,
playing.
so I believe
it's
it's
amazing.
it's
so
so
beautiful.
selfish
Sell it.
to just
Sell it
own a
and
piano
sell it.
and just not letting somebody else to play. So I really would like to make some half-day events on Sunday mornings. People comes there, drinks a cup of coffee. If they want to play, they can play. If they want me to play, I can play. They can just chill, relax, and they go. So I am planning to change the general atmosphere of the gallery every single month. I am not planning to put many paintings there. Maybe there will be like 3, 4, 5, 6 paintings, and there will be a concept, and I will just play my compositions regarding that pieces. And the next month it's gonna change because I'm changing as well. So I want it to be
that's
an
awesome.
experience center.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm so
wow.
much excited, to be
That
honest.
is amazing.
sure.
It
Really
was not
sounds like-
planned. It was because there was a shop I really want to rent for a while, but I was not brave enough. And last month, I just realized that it was on rent, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I just
Amazing.
want to try it. So
Really
this is the
amazing.
right time. The life came. So it changes like this. So
Yeah.
the life brought me that shop, so I was able to rent it. So we're gonna see how this is gonna go. I mean,
I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
yeah, I hope.
And so when I wanted to open my shop,
Yeah.
my
Your shop is something else. We are not comparing the shops, You
took-
300
it took a lot
pianos
to get
here.
here.
I'm talking a couple of paintings.
It took a lot to get here. Don't get me wrong.
Is-
'Cause I seen from his garage to each stage.
But what it was just something I felt I had to do, and my dad didn't want me to do it. My wife didn't want me to do it, but it was something I said, I'm going to try it for a year or two and see what happens. So that's a leap of faith. You try it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not.
Let me
failure
tell you
or-
something.
or-
Did-
or-
did- thank you for sharing this. I believe this is so important. When I decided to create this Shadows collection, I went back to my family. I told them, as I told you, like it was a tough time. My father is a businessman, so all his life long he was more into success. And at that time, when I lost my grandmother, he had a heart attack 3 days later. So he changed his character, and I'm so happy. I'm not happy that he had the heart attack, but I'm so happy he changed his character. I just went to him and I was like, okay, I'm planning to create this Shadows collection. Well, and he was like, man, I have friends painting like last 40 years. There is no way you're gonna succeed. They didn't succeed in 40 years. You're gonna not make it. And I was like, Dad, my motivation is not to earn money. I'm freaked out. I want to express my feelings. Either I'm gonna just blow or I want to express my feelings. So let me do that. Either you let me or not, I'm gonna do that. So it took him to realize his son is being a painter. And now, after the 30th exhibitions, he's so much grateful that I did it.
Yeah.
He's so much happy. Every single time he's coming to my exhibitions, he's crying. I see he's a tough
He's
man.
happy because you're happy.
Yeah, he's happy.
Yeah.
But this time, as you said, I mean, like, even though people were telling you, like, everybody is like doing this, you won't succeed. But I realized that even though you do something, all the people might do or did do like for many years, it's how you express your feelings. So the differentiator point is your feelings and the way that you express what you do. So if you do it in a different way, even though 90% of the people didn't achieve it, you might touch somebody's soul, and it's gonna be the differentiation point. It's gonna be take you to somewhere else. And it was my actually story. It went through like these kind of stories. So I'm so happy, and for you as well. You see, I'm like, you have an amazing place.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I remember like I was doing pharmaceutical sales at the time, and I knew I wanted to do something more creative. And one of my coworkers said, Hannah, go for it. She was an older lady. She said, you're young. You have one life to live. Just go for it. Don't sit there and think that your life is going to go by, because it will. And don't wait for doing what you're passionate about. You have to sometimes risk a lot. And regardless of what anybody says, you have to follow your passions. And I think if you are brave enough to do that, like Goons is doing that in his artwork, he basically says, like, you have to follow your dreams. And that's the most important thing. Many people are very scared of taking that step. And his art is what I think can awaken people, and why he trademarked it, because he's making a very, important thing that people need to hear. They don't have that. Nobody is there to tell them that they can do what they believe in. And especially now in today's world, I think we're entering a world, there's a lot of uncertainty with AI, but this is a world that a lot of people can really achieve anything and have the tools to achieve them quicker and faster. I think in today's world that we live in, and so sometimes you just really need people to support you in the journey. And all the naysayers that say no, don't do something, I hope that people are brave enough to follow their their path in life, because life just goes by so quickly.
Can I give you two examples that touched my heart? The first one, last year December, I was at a wedding of my friend's sister in Zurich, in Switzerland. So they invited me. I was there, and I was in a family dinner table with like 20 people. I don't know anyone. I just know my friends. And I was, the first person, in the table. And at one point, one lady just came close to me, and she was like, Güneş, this is your name? And I was like, yeah. Is this your Instagram account, Güneş Dreamland? I was, yes. Do you know what happened? So she has her daughter in one of the universities in the United States, and she was not happy about it. And one of their friends sent her my profile and told her that, look, this guy worked in corporate life for like approximately 20 years. He quit. He went another pillar and he got success. And you can show this guy as a, role model to your daughter. And I was like, oh my God, this is happening in Zurich, another country. And we are talking. So this happens. The second example is like, it was like 1.5 years ago. This is one of the very emotional experience I had so far. A very young couple got in touch with me. They told me, we saw your paintings in front of a gallery in Laguna Beach. And we just figured out that like we found out that I'm pregnant and we want to buy one of your paintings one day. We got so happy, and right after we got married. And that couple texted me like maybe 6 months later. They told me, we want to come to Istanbul to see your studio. We need something to tell you. And they told me, at that time, when we saw your paintings the first time, we got this news that I was pregnant and I lost my baby.
Oh.
And there is a painting called To the Sky. And I felt like this will always remember me, my baby. I want to have that painting. And I sent that painting they are living in Milan. So I sent it to Milan and she posted it on her site, Instagram and website, and she wrote an amazing text. It was all about their journey, their emotions, and how the painting represented that emotions. So for me, there will always be people telling you, you cannot do that. This doesn't make sense, or whatever it is, like some bad comments. And for me, I also face such kind of things. I see people like that. I'm not judging anyone. This is all about your background. This is all about your personality. I was also like that. I always criticize people. That's why I'm trying to change, because there is a space to change if we let ourselves. And
what's he think about us?
so
Let us know tomorrow or when he leaves.
Okay.
no, there's nothing bad about you. I mean, like, so these
We'll
kind of
talk after
stories.
the meeting.
You call that a podcast?
No, come on.
We'll talk after the podcast.
So these kind of things, touch your soul and it motivates me. I mean, I
Well, the
I
more
believe all the
people
people
say no, you're onto something.
Absolutely.
When you realize you touch somebody,
you're onto something.
Well, it's like,
Yeah.
it's kind of similar to with my father. So I can remember like it was yesterday. I'm in the back of his house because I had sold a piano and I'm moving it out. And that's what I did for a few years before I opened a shop. I said, Dad, I think I'm going to open a shop. And he goes, what do you mean you're going to open a shop? And I said, this is something I feel like I got to do. And he goes, no, don't do it. The overhead will kill you, blah, 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 blah. I said, yeah. About 8 months later, I said, I opened a shop. I'll let you know when it's ready to see it and blah, blah, blah. So my dad was not, he was just looking out for me. That's what fathers do, right?
Yeah.
My dad passed away, I want to say 2 years after I opened the shop, but one of the best compliments he gave me was, I think about a year and a half in, I said, Dad, I really think I need to buy a building because I just feel like I'm paying rent and I'm losing this money. Now, back then, I only had, I think, 3,200 square feet. So it was nothing, compared to now. And I said, I just feel like I'm tired of my money just going to somebody and I'm not getting anything in return for it. And he goes, son, if that's what you think you need to do, you do it, because every decision you've made since you opened the shop has been the right decision. And I was like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
So it's all about the baby steps.
Yeah.
It's all about the, and also be careful what you wish for, because I did kind of wish for this. And I'm like, oh, man, I got to hold on to these reins. It's a lot. I mean, it really is. I mean, I think I did 22.
I know. I say the same thing when I have 40 artists, and it's a lot, but it's amazing, and we do what we love.
Yep. And then it doesn't feel like work.
No, not at all. Every day feels like you're living your dream.
Right. And so you got to promise us the next time you're back in the States, you got to come visit us.
of course.
Yeah, and bring that painting that you promised us.
Yeah, I promise. You don't need to wait for that while. I mean, like, I'm going to ship it to you. Don't worry.
All right. A big crate.
Big crate. You're just going to take a piano for sure.
Return to sender. Or no, come back with a. Well, I appreciate you coming in, man.
thank you.
really seriously,
Thank you,
brother.
Ernest.
It's,
Ganesh,
I
it's
feel,
been an honor.
I feel
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
I feel like
It's
we're
my
gonna
pleasure.
be friends for a very long time.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Absolutely.
And of course, Hannah, thank you.
Ganache,
for coming.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for shining the light on us with your music and your art. And
Thank you for supporting me.
Of
Yeah.
course,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
thank you for having me. And I could support you because I have amazing supporters, the community, Hamilton Piano Company, that took us and the gallery and allowed us to, be a part of their family. Now we're really, every time you meet somebody, you become a part of them. So we're all a part of each other. And I'm excited to have you perform on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm excited too.
Yeah, and let everyone know where
Yeah.
they can find you.
So 1801 Point Boulevard, Dania Beach, Florida, 6 to 9. There's free parking. There's
won't be on.
Well, yeah, this won't air before.
Okay.
that,
Oh,
but-
We'll
whoops.
have
Okay, but you could watch our Instagram
have-
page.
Oh, there you go.
We'll post photos on our Instagram, and we'll have a recap on our website as well.
Okay.
And you'll come and join us, and hopefully buy a lot of art.
Yep, absolutely.
We're gonna sell out of all your works.
Yeah.
And
okay.
where can people follow you?
So it is Güneş Dreamland. So it is GUNES Dreamland. It's my Instagram account. So you're gonna get all my contact details there as well.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so we hope you guys had a great time.
We
Thank you.
did. How,
Thank you
how
very
long
much.
have you been on here? It's like we said, don't worry, it's only a half an hour, and
Yeah,
it's already
more
been
than an
like
hour,
an
I know.
hour.
Time flies when
Time
you're having
flies
fun.
when you're having fun.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
There you go.
Okay.
So, anything else? You
No,
good?
thank
All right.
you.
Well, we appreciate you guys
Thank
very much.
you.
Thank you, everybody else. We, you know where to find us at
Thank you guys.
Hamilton Piano Company. And if you have any questions or want to know more about art, you just ask these two professionals, and you'll be in good hands.
Those two, not this one.
There you go. This guy don't, Everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a good night.
Thank you.